Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. After a long time, I'm back again with decoding syllabus of UPSC CSE mains. In previous three videos, I have already discussed the syllabus of art and culture, world history and geography. So today's video will be the final part of GS paper 1 syllabus. Now before going into the video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon and never miss an update from me. So let's get started. In my previous videos, I have decoded the syllabus and mentioned the resources as well. So same thing will be done in this video. Now the first part of the syllabus I have taken is modern Indian history and freedom struggle. Under this, if we see, they have mentioned that history from the middle of 18th century until present, significant events, personalities, issues and various stages of freedom struggle. If you see, what I have done is I have given briefly about the topics under here. Now I will be explaining about them. The first one is before Europeans' advent. Here we will learn about how the advents of Europeans happened, who came first into the country, what were their intentions, how did their arrival weaken the Mughal rulers, how did the establishment of East India Company happen, how British Empire occupied India. So the source for this is entire spectrum publications, a brief history of modern India, chapter 3, 4, 5, 6, or you can refer old NCERT books. Here I have decoded the syllabus based on spectrum book, so I have mentioned it. If you are not comfortable with it, you can read old NCERTs. Now coming to the next point, revolt of 1857. Under this we will learn about the major causes for the revolt, how it started and how it spreaded, how was the suppression done, who were the personalities associated, and the source for this is Spectrum chapter 7 or old NCERT's class 12th chapter 8. So the next one is social religious reform movements, under which we will see what were the factors for the reform movements, what were the reform movements that took place in the society, who were the personalities associated with it. So the source for this is Spectrum chapter 8 and 9 or old NCERT 12th chapter 6, 7, 13. Now the next one is INC. In this we will see what were the factors for the growth of nationalism, what were the associations or newspaper that were established before the formation of INC, what factors led for the establishment of INC, what was its approach, who were the important leaders associated with it. So the source for this is Spectrum chapter 10, chapter 11 or old NCERT's class 12, chapter 12. Now comes the most important topic, which is moderate and extremist phase from 1885 to 1905 and 1905 to 1918 respectively. So in this phase, we will see what was the approach of the leaders and also their contributions for the society, what were the different revolutionary activities made by them. The source for this is Spectrum chapter 11, 12 and 13 or old NCERT class 12 chapter 12, 13, 14. See here I am mentioning all the topics that are to be read compulsory to the exam because the weightage of modern Indian history in both prelims and mains is very huge. So to get good marks, we have to compulsory learn all these topics thoroughly. Now moving on, the next one is about emergence of Gandhi. Here we will see about how was the experience of Gandhi in South Africa, why he wanted to make satyagraha in India, what were the reasons for doing Champaran satyagraha, Keda satyagraha. So the source for this is Spectrum chapter 15. Now the next topic is about the movements that were associated with Gandhi. In this we will see some movements like Rowlatt Act, Khilafat movement, non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, round table conferences. All this can be referred from Spectrum book chapter 16, 17, 18 and 19 or old NCERT class 12 chapter 15, 16, 17. Now the final topic of modern Indian history is freedom struggle. Under this we will see what were the ideologies of Bose, Nehru and Gandhi, August Offer, Cripps Mission, Quit India Movement, Wavell Plan, Cabinet Plan, Indian Independence Act. So the source for this is Spectrum chapter 20 to 25. So this is the syllabus of modern Indian history. Now moving to the next subject, that is post independence. Here this is not important because only in 2013 questions were asked. From then onwards questions were not repeated, but we should not neglect any subject. So let's see what to study under this. So here comes the first topic, that is challenges after independence. Under this we will learn about the formation of government, what were the challenges after independence, how the boundary commission was established, what was the duty of the boundary commission, what were the challenges before the boundary commission, how assassination of Gandhi was made, how the making of constitution was done, what were the committees that were established for the making of constitution. Next thing is how the evolution of foreign policy was started. So the source for this will come from Vision IAS value added material, or you can refer any other book. In Spectrum also some of the topics are mentioned, so you can also refer from that. I'm not particularly mentioning about it because I found Vision IAS material very good, so I am continuing with it. Now the next topic is integration of princely states. Under this we will learn about the process of integration of princely state, who made the plan for its consolidation, what happened for after the integration, and after this we will see about the democracy. Under this we will learn the challenges for building democracy, how the parties were formed, what was the election procedure, what was the role of parties in democracy, and when was the general election conducted, who won in the general election, what was the ideologies of that party, all these things. So the next thing is about planning system, where we will learn about the evolution of planning system and what were these ideas of planning system, and formation of planning commission, why planning commission was started, what was the ideology of planning commission, how planning commission has changed into Niti Aayog, and next different types of plan and their implementation, different 5-year plans and their achievements. So the next thing after the planning commission is foreign policy, where we will see the evolution of foreign policy, what was its strategy and what were its strategic issues, what were the different organizations that were formed, and what was the relationship of our country with different countries or our neighboring countries. And the final topic under this is the popular movements, where we will learn about Chipko movement, Nabad, Nabad Bachao Andolan, or party based movements, non party based movements, agrarian struggle, some women movements. So all these things can be studied from Vision IAS book. Now coming to the final part of the syllabus, which is society. So in society also I have briefly mentioned some topics. I am not giving any details about this because I found I have taken my optional sociology, so I found sociology has a referring subject to Indian society. What I would suggest is you can read this society topic also from Vision IAS value added material, because for me my optional subject will help me to read this topic, but for those who have not taken sociology as optional, you can refer Vision IAS value added material. So here if you see I have given some brief topics like unity in diversity, secularism, regionalism, communalism, tribals in India, poverty, globalization, popular women movements, census. So the first thing under unity in diversity is what is the concept of unity and diversity. So what is the reason for adoption of diversity, and what are the forms in India of diversity, and we will also see the issues that they are related to the unity and diversity, what are the challenges that have given for our society, and we will also see some major problems while national integration. So the next thing comes is secularism. Here in secularism we will learn the difference between secularism and secularization, and we will also see the Western and Indian concept of secularism, and we will see major types of process for the secularization of the country. So the next thing is regionalism. In this we will see what are the types and effects of regionalism in our society, and we will also see the strategies to tackle the regionalism. The next one is about communalism. Here we will see the concept, about its origin, its impact on the society, and also about the communal violence, and some topics about social justice or empowerment, all these things. And the next thing comes is tribal movement. Here we will see how the tribal movement started, what are the problems that are related to the forest, why destruction of forest environment affected the tribal people, what are the developments, and what are the rights that have formulated. And next thing is about poverty. So here poverty is also an major concept under society. So here we will see what is the meaning of poverty. So what are the issues that are causing poverty? What is the linkage between poverty and development? How poverty affects the development of the society? What are the commissions that were formulated for understanding poverty? And what are the strategies that were formulated, like poverty elevation strategy? And we will also see some concept of inequality. So the next thing is globalization. Here we will also learn about globalization, its meaning, what are the reasons for it, what is the impact on the society. And next thing is popular women movements. Here we will see some issues from Gandhian era, and also we will see what are the issues of women after independence era. We will also see some feminist activities. And the next final topic is about census. Here we will see the highlights of census, that is still census have not declared, so we will see the highlights of 2011 census, and what are the laws related, what are the recent initiatives taken by them, and what are the efforts taken by the country in order to develop the literacy challenges in India also. So this is the syllabus of JS paper 1. I hope you all like this video. If you do, give a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. So thanks for watching. See you in my next video, which is going to be about the syllabus of GS paper 2.